there here yet? Yeah. Are they here yet? Are they here yet? No. Okay. Woo! There it is. It's real. Yay.
Hi, Kan here, and it has been an exciting week around here. If you have followed me at all, you've probably seen or heard about my Italy travel journals. Flip-throughs of both of these are up here on YouTube in my travel journal playlist, along with some other travel journals that I've kept. But we went on a 5-week trip to Italy, and I kept these sketchbook journals of the trip throughout the 5 weeks and throughout all the places we went to during that time. And I have compiled the 2 of these with the help of Depew Media, who has done all the formatting and everything. I will put a link to them in the description below. But to create this, I believe it's 106 page book with my journal entries in it. Now, we tried to keep it as true to its original form as possible. There's obviously some things that we couldn't include, that postcards and things that flipped and flapped and all of those things. So we did do some reformatting, but really tried to keep it true to the original. And that includes my handwriting, pages that were good and not so good, and everything in between. We did add some page numbers in. Kelsey from Depew Media did that, and so they're fun to find. This is the table of contents. Getting ahead of myself though, here we are with a finished product. I love the feel of it. It has kind of that soft touch type coating, I guess, on the cover that makes it feel really nice. And it's about the size of my actual journal, so it feels like holding my travel journal in your hand. So that's the fun thing. That's what we were after, imperfections and all. And so here it is. All right, so let's do a little flip through of this. So here's the cover. Tried to keep it to as close to the actual original size and type of cover that I used, but obviously added, needed to have a title. I did some of the illustrations of my tools that I actually took along with me are here on the cover, as well as a photo that I took on the trip. So tried to keep it somewhat authentic, and let's just jump in. I put a little introduction here about what my goals for this were. As you can see, it's just handwritten. Nothing's especially polished in this book, which was very intentional. We wanted to make this accessible and to encourage that you too can keep a travel journal, even if it's just traveling around your own neighborhood. I just encourage everyone to do this. It makes you observe things more carefully, and so this just kind of has a little bit of my, what my goals for this book are. Here's some places we went. Think of it sort of as a table of contents. And we went as far north as Venice, and then down here to Sicily. And so if you're interested in a certain area, you can kind of find where to find that in here. And then you can also find some tips on creating your own travel journal back here at the back of the book. So here's the supplies I took along, and it included some art toolkit, palettes, all of these. I wrote the names in Italian, trying to familiarize myself with the language a little bit. This is some color swatches of the things that I had along with me. And here's my goals for actually just keeping the original travel journals. Was to create a keepsake of memories, to build a daily sketching habit, and to improve my drawing skills. And I really feel like it was successful in all of those counts. I every page is not a masterpiece, like I said, and I really committed myself early on to not leave out pages just because I didn't think they were good. So this is pretty much how the book presented itself. I did do some page prep ahead of time, which is also a video in my travel journal playlist here on YouTube. So you can find that. I included a lot of ephemera, which we tried to leave in there as much as possible, unless it was like another artist's artwork on a postcard or something like that. And we also included some artwork that I did later after I got home, inspired during the trip, either in sketches I made or just the things I saw. So there is that included, but those are in a frame, so you know those were not part of the original travel journal itself. But my travel journal sketches did inspire a lot of artwork later on. So some of those are included, like this one. This is a view of an illustration I did, as well as what the original page looked like. Kelsey, my formatter, we called her the Paginator, did a great job of, getting all these type things put together. I took a gazillion pictures of doorways. I loved the doors. Here's a piece of art, again, inspired by the trip that I did later. So many memories in this. Here's a bit of collage that I made from papers that I gathered actually on the trip. I also have photos. I have one of those little travel photo printers. They don't print the greatest quality of photos, but it is nice to be able to put those in your book as you go, and so that's what these photos are from. Here's one of those where she put 4 different spreads from my journal all on one spread of the book. This is one of my favorite pages that has all the little scenes of the day. Here's one of the little hidden page numbers. I love the hidden page numbers. This is very fun memory. It's on the steps up above where you can kind of look down over Florence. And we just sat there sketching, listening to live music playing, visiting with people. It was just a very fun experience, and that whole vibe comes back to me as I look at this page. Here's a picture of me actually drawing that scene. This is another page that I prepped ahead of time in this kind of funny green, olive green, gold type color. And it actually, I think, worked quite well in my sketch. There's a few places where the spread is put in sideways to be able to capture the whole thing. And here's a photo of me on location with this page, holding it up in front of what I was sketching or inspired by. This page is kind of special to me because it was done with gouache. It was done in scenes of Venice, but it was with gouache that I bought while we were in Florence, so that was fun. The Murano glass. I wanted to bring some of those back so bad, but I settled for drawing pictures of them instead. Some paintings I did inspired by Venice. This scene that I did a painting of later was, I actually painted from this scene here. So same view. More tickets. Another set of spreads. These were done while riding a high-speed train, and the scenery went by so fast. I had, let's see, got up to 300 kilometers per hour, which is 186.4 miles per hour, and which I would not have remembered had I not written that little note there. But so I just had to kind of get the feel of some of the scenery that we were seeing as we went whizzing by. And then we moved on down to southern Italy, and I kind of made the distinction because this is the point where on the trip my first sketchbook was filled up, and I had to buy there another sketchbook to continue on the trip. And so that kind of is the first page of the second book. But of course in this it's all one volume. So a scene in Sorrento, Positano, Pompeii. Here's one of my favorite spreads in this book, just because I love how the colors and everything turned out. So I hope this inspires some of you. That's kind of the goal of this book, that, you know, your illustrations don't have to be perfect, your writing doesn't have to be perfect. Just do it. Just wherever you go, whether it's someplace local or someplace exotic, I just encourage you to keep a journal and illustrate what you see. And you know, I also took a ton of pictures, but there's just something different about what's expressed in a travel journal than just the photos can do. So for one thing, I sat there and I observed. While I'm sketching, I'm observing, and it just gives you a different perspective on the trip. I had minimal materials with me, but obviously enough to use. This page has a lot of photos. This is a fun one where my pants that I hung out on the balcony to dry, because we were packing light, so we had to wash out our clothes frequently and hang them to dry overnight. And one night my pants flew away that I had hanging out on the balcony, so we never did find them. Just some scenes. And then this was the day, the travel home, which, you know, was a very long day and night. Actually, it was the next day before we got home. And then I did a little page of reflecting about the things that were different. And this is when I took notes about these things, but I chose these to actually record in my journal. So, and then here's a little bit of tips about keeping a journal while traveling, and just things that I did that made it easier or more successful. And because I am one of those people, if I leave it until I get back home, it's probably not going to happen. So pretty much things have to get done on the trip. And here's a little bit about me and some pictures of me on location, making these pages. And then here's a little note from Depew Media on their experience, her experience, of actually getting this all formatted and put together, which I think she did a great job. So there's also a little QR code here to go to my travel journal playlist in the book. Of course, you can go directly to that. And that's That's Sketching Italy. So you can purchase this on in my Etsy shop. You can message me and we can work it out that way, or on my website. So lots of ways to get hold of this. Hopefully they'll be, for those of you that are local, be available soon in some local areas. But for now, I'm just enjoying having it in my little hands. So thank you for sharing the excitement of this adventure of not only traveling Italy, sketching Italy, but getting it published into a book as well. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.